everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. I film videos about project planning, vegan and cruelty-free beauty, and I'm just trying to enjoy my own makeup collection here on my channel. Today's video is going to be an update to one of my favorite projects. This is not a project pan, but this is my project 10 uses roulette, so I will randomly select products from my collection that my goal is to use 10 times within 6 months after rolling them in. So this is a fun, non-pressure way for me to rotate through my collection and maybe use some products that I necessarily wouldn't use otherwise. I believe that Project 10 Uses was created by Phoebe HB, and Paula from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It is the one that made it really popular. So I will link them down below. I will say that the past month hasn't been the best for me with this project. I have only used one product now for 10 times. Also, there will be one declutter. I have already shared the declutter with you, but one product that was in this project I have decided to declutter. So there will be 2 new roll-ins in the end of the video, but before that let's go through the uses and the products that I have had in this project. So let's start with the product that I have used for 10 times. It is an eyeshadow that comes from the Juvia's Place, the Nubian eyeshadow palette, and it is the second eyeshadow over here. This is an interesting color. It's kind of like orangey, yellowy type of matte shade. I will show you a picture of what the shade looked like before and after the 10 uses. There is quite good depth there, and I have hit one pan in this palette before. I hit pan on one of the deeper matte browns. I don't think the pan is too far away with this one, but it's not quite there yet. And I will also show you a swatch of this shade. Over here it kind of reminds me of turmeric. I am wearing this eyeshadow today in my crease. I'm wearing just a really basic all matte eyeshadow look, and I'm wearing this one in my crease. I will say this is not my favorite eyeshadow because sometimes I feel this can be quite patchy. I hear a lot of times people saying that Juvia's Place mattes can be a little bit harder to blend out. I agree that it's the case with their more colorful mattes. I never have any issues with their neutral mattes, but the colorful ones like this, they can sometimes be a little bit harder, but I feel the best way for me to go with them is to try to build them up slowly rather than go in with a lot of product at once. And I think today it looks really beautiful in my crease. It is a really fall appropriate shade, however I am glad to roll this one out. Anyways, I have been really focused on my panning projects recently. Okay, then let's talk about the product that I decided to declutter. I have only used it, let me check out, 3 times in this project, and it is a blush from the Beauty Bakery Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Liner palette. I talked about this palette in my declutter / disappointing products video. A lot of these shades, in my opinion, they don't look different enough on cheeks, and also this formula is not my favorite. It's really shimmery, almost glittery, and it emphasizes all texture. So let me show you still a swatch of this shade that I got in this project over here. So the shade Sip Sip Hooray. So yeah, it's just not my favorite blush formula, so now that the palette is still new, I have only had it for a few months. I have tested all of the shades. I really don't enjoy it as much as I thought. I will rather give the palette to someone who might actually like it more. So of course the product is going to leave this project, and I will also randomize something to replace the blush. Then let's move on to the products that I have in this project but I have not yet used for 10 times. First is this So Susan liquid lipstick in the shade Pumpkin. This is what I'm wearing today, and this one has been in this project since April's update, so 5 months now. I have used it only 5 times, so I have 1 more month to use this for 5 times. I was actually thinking if I should declutter this already. This is really old, it's from 2016, so I have decided to declutter it after this project. but no, I still want to get some more uses out of it. The formula is a little bit changed, it is quite thick. The thing that I don't like about this is that when you apply this, it is the most beautiful, gorgeous, warm brown, but when it dries down over here, it just dries down a little bit darker. I don't mind that necessarily, but it dries down actually cooler than it is when first applied, so that's why I really don't love it anymore. But it is a really comfortable liquid lipstick and it's so fall appropriate color, so I still want to get some uses out of it. Next product in this project is another lipstick. This one is from Pacifica. It is their Devotion lipstick in Tenderness. I have used it 4 times in this project, and there is the shade over there, so it is like a pinky mauvey nude. Not the kind of nude that I'm that much into this time of year, and I have 2 more months time to be done with T10 uses, so I need to step up my game a little bit. Next product is a highlighter from Weaker Icon. This one has been in this project since June's update. I have used this for 8 times now. It is this highlighter over here, and let me show you a swatch of this one. It is so beautiful. It's truly one of my favorite highlighters. It is this more cooler toned shade. Really beautiful. Goes perfectly with all cool toned looks if you don't want to go pinky with your highlighter. And yeah, as I said, I have used it 8 times, so I'm sure I can get 2 more uses out of this by the next update, so I will be able to roll in something else to replace this one in this project. In July's update I was able to roll in 4 products, so that was a good month. The Beauty Bakery blush palette, as I said, I decided to declutter, but there are 3 more products that I rolled in that update. This one I have not yet used. I'm a little bit ashamed. I actually haven't used this at all. I got this one from the big box. It is the Memi High Shine Gloss in the shade After Hours, and the shade is over here. It's a beautiful color. It just reminded me so much of the Too Faced Melted Lipstick in Melted Chihuahua that I was panning, that I wanted to focus on the Too Faced lipstick first, but I was so sick of the lipstick that I decided to declutter it. It was also old and the smell had changed, so now that I don't have that anymore, I will start wearing this one too. Okay, another product that I rolled in July's update is the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow over here in the shade Pegasus. That is a turquoise. There it is swatched. It is really beautiful color. My goal was to be done with the 10 uses by this update. Well, I'm not done. I have used it 2 more times after the last update, and the total uses with this one in this project are now 6. So I still need 4 more uses, and we have just gotten to the season where I'm not really much into colors like this, at least that often. Yes, I can see myself wearing shade like this once or twice a month, but not once a week. The reason why I wanted to get the 10 uses up with this product by this update is that the eyeshadow lives in my go-to magnetic palette that I still haven't switched from summer to fall. I kind of want to change my color story, but at the same time I don't know if it makes that much sense, because there's a lot of shades that I'm panning in this palette, like almost entire 2 top rows, and yeah, everything else is really fall appropriate too, but we'll see. Maybe I will do it, maybe not. That eyeshadow I would have wanted out of this palette for fall, but since I'm not done with the 10 uses, I'm going to keep it in. Okay, then the last product I rolled in July's update is a loose eyeshadow. This one is from Geek Chick Cosmetics, and it is called Samwise the Brave, so the Lord of the Rings themed, of course. I absolutely do love this eyeshadow. It is swatched over here. I don't know, the camera probably doesn't pick it up, but it's a beautiful shimmery deep brown with some almost like bronzy sparkles to it. Really pretty. but I have only used it once in this project. I don't know, but I keep forgetting about this eyeshadow, but I know it will go beautifully with some shades that I'm panning. So I just need to remember to use it more, and we are now in season when I'm really much into shades like this. I will for sure try to remember to use it more. Okay, so the last update in this project was a little bit different because I decided to choose the products that I wrote in myself instead of randomizing them, just because there was a couple of products that I wasn't sure if I still wanted to keep them or not. And I didn't want to start like a whole new shopping blog series on my channel, so I thought I'm just going to use this project as my shopping blog. Unfortunately, one of these products I have not used, so it is the September Rose Cosmetics Peru eyeshadow palette. As I said, I'm working on a lot of eyeshadows at the moment in Project Pans, so yeah, it's too overwhelming if I try to add this one to the mix. I'm still going to keep it in this project. I'm probably going to make this one a palette of a month. In December, I have decided to start a palette of a month in November, and in November I'm going to pick another palette, and in December I'm going to pick this palette because look at it, the color story is perfect for holiday season. You know, during that time I'm sure I can get 10 uses up with this one. I just don't want to roll it out anymore now that I have rolled it in. The reason why I wanted to put that one to a shopping blog is that I'm not the biggest fan of the formula what comes to first impression, but you know, we'll see once I start using it if I actually like the formula or not. Then another product that I put myself into this project is the Balm Meet Matte Hues liquid lipstick, and this one is in the shade Sentimental, and this one is swatched over here. It is a beautiful deeper warm pink. I really don't know what I was thinking when I put a shade like this into this project in fall, because usually I'm more into shades like this in like spring and summer, but it is in this project and I'm going to keep it in. I have used it once. The reason why I put it into this project is that this one is old. It's from 2016 and I wanted to see if the formula is still okay. I had another one of these, the Balm Meet Matte Hues lipsticks. It was the shade Honest, that was like a corally shade, and that shade had like expired. Clearly it was clumpy. But this one, the formula is still fine, it's not clumpy at all. So yeah, I'm going to keep it in the project. I will say though, it's a similar thing with this one than with the Makeup Geek Pegasus, where I would wear this maybe once or twice a month, but even once a week would be a stretch with something like this for me this time of year. But I'm going to keep it in. But yeah, as you saw, I have not done the best with my products during the past month. Hopefully the next month will be better, but now let's get into my favorite part of the video. So let's randomize 2 more products to this project. Okay, so we're going to use the Pretty Random app to select my products. I do have here numbers from 1 through 396, and I do have on my list all of my color cosmetics, so eyeshadows, lip products, blushes, highlighters, and also nail polishes and perfumes. I will say about nail polish, well, first of all, I just remembered that I forgot to do my nails for this video. My nail polish looks so horrible. Thankfully it's nude, so it's not that obvious, but my nail polish has chipped so bad. If I randomize a nail polish, I'm going to re-roll just because I'm doing my nail polish roulette at the moment. There's only a couple of more months to go with that one, but at the moment I'm rotating through my nail polish anyways. Let's just see what we get. So first, number 309. Okay, so we got another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. So this is another Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow. It is the shade Magic Act, so I know that it is the gold one. Let me pick it up. Okay, so the eyeshadow lives at the moment in my double-sided C palette. This palette I only use to storage, so I keep here the eyeshadows that I'm not using at the moment, and then the shades that I am using at the moment I do keep here in the leopard print Tarte palette. But yeah, the eyeshadow that I got lives in this palette, and it is this one over here. So this is Magic Act from Makeup Geek. I just need to make space for it in the another palette. This is a beautiful, beautiful gold eyeshadow. I'm working on one gold in my panning solitaire, but I think I can be done with it this year anyways, even if I got this one right now, and this one is a little bit lighter than the gold that I have in that project. And there it is swatched. It is so stunning. I absolutely do love gold eyeshadow. It's something I love all year around, but especially in fall, it is so beautiful. So I am really, really happy about this pick. Also, I do think that my Makeup Geek singles are one of my most neglected eyeshadows in my collection. I have owned most what I have since 2016, and before I got into the potting I've really never used my singles. Now I use them way more, but they are really neglected, so I'm glad to give them more attention. Then let's still pick the another product. Number 12, exciting, so we're going way higher on my list. I can't believe it. In the very beginning of the project, I just kept randomizing eyeshadows from my Panda palette, the ABH Modern Renaissance. So I have had in this project from the ABH Modern Renaissance Red Ochre, Love Letter, Buon Fresco, and Warm Taupe. Now we got from the same palette the shade Real Gar. I can't believe my luck that I keep pulling shades from my Panda palette. I mean, I don't mind working on Real Gar, it's something I'm working on anyways. And since I got that in this project, I'm less overwhelmed, to be completely honest. But this is just from almost 400 products. I randomize eyeshadows from my Panda palette. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, let me still get the palette, so I will swatch the shade. Okay, so here is the palette. I don't have any too big spoilers. I mean, I do have some progress, but you know, not any finished shades or nothing. So yeah, Real Gar is over here. It is the orange in the palette. I will say that I think Real Gar looks more orange in the pan what it actually is. It is swatched over here. It is kind of like a brownish orange. It's quite muted and quite dark, and I actually like it. I think it's quite wearable orange to me. Okay, so here is the color selection that I do have at the moment. It is so all over the place. There's like a little bit of pink, there's a little bit of turquoise, then there's warm neutrals. Let's still talk about my goals for the next update, if there's anything I want to be done with the 10 uses. Well, of course, the So Susan lipstick, because next month it has been in the project for 6 months. But also another product is the highlighter from Week Hair Icon, because I only need 2 more uses, so I think I can do that. We'll see if there's then anything else. That was everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. See you in my next one. Bye bye.